Okay, so now I'm going to do the self-reflection part of this. So after a general review, develop a clear picture of myself for the following. What did I do the best on and the worst on? I think short writings would probably be the most representative of me, just because I feel like in essays I have a real big problem just figuring out how to write them, and then there's so much that goes unsaid just because I have to leave it out in order to stay focused on a specific prompt. But when it comes to short writings, the prompts we are given are usually more specific, so I can go into detail about whatever it is I want, but they're not usually short. As far as spoken performance goes, I don't know. I get tongue-tied a lot, and I have a lot of problems expressing my ideas correctly when I'm presenting them orally. But if it's meaning spoken performance, as in like class participation during discussions, I think I'm okay at that. It's just kind of awkward this year since we only have like 4 people in the class, so our discussions are just kind of awkward since there's so few of us. And then also a lot of us seem to agree on a lot of topics, so there's not much that you can add before someone else says it before you. As far as projects goes, when it comes to presentations, those are okay, but depending on projects, it's just also difficult for me because there's just so much room that you can work with that I don't know, I kind of just lose sight of what I'm doing, and then I just don't even know where to begin a lot of the times when it comes to projects. Also, if it's like a presentation, I get a lot of like issues when it comes to presenting just because it's difficult for me. It's kind of scary. And if it's like a recorded presentation, like we're going to have to do a lot this year due to the virus, we just don't have as much class time to actually present. That just is, I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to having a presentation, so that really sucks. And like when it's online and you're recording it, you can redo it as many times as you need before you actually submit it, which is good, but also kind of sucks because like sometimes I'll re-record a lot before I end up submitting something because I'm not happy with it yet. But if you're doing a presentation in person, it's just done afterwards, and you're like, well, I messed up, but like, what am I gonna do? I can't redo the presentation. So yeah. What did I do well? Last year, from process, insights, and expression, I think insights would probably be the best. Just because I feel like I'm okay at making connections, but like, it'd probably be about average because everyone in our class is good at doing that, so. As far as what did I do poorly, definitely processing, just because last year well, every year there's always like a couple of times where I get into like a creative slump where I just can't write or present or do anything, and I just get really caught up on something, which is probably gonna be a lot this year just because of quarantine and everything. But I've been able to communicate well during those times in the past, and I don't think I've ever had a teacher that was just like, you have depression? Okay, too bad. Like, all my teachers have really been nice and been able to work with me when it comes to me struggling to complete something. How will I be better this year? Specific, visible, and manageable. So, basically, I'm gonna continue to communicate whenever I'm struggling. Um, and it's been a little tough this year, as far as, like, communicating, just because it's scary. But I'm trying my best, and I'm gonna try and get stuff turned in nowhere near as late as last year, because like last year my Lysistrata essay never got turned in. But like, I'm just gonna go ahead and go with like, it's better to complete something late than to never complete it. So like, maybe I'll turn in something a little late, but I'm going to make sure I get it done. And that's about it. Have a good day.